Overnight, we had some serious tragedy. Very early this morning, a Negro lady in one of the keys, in the Abaco chain of keys, it is alleged that she committed suicide. So that is breaking news. And then shortly after midnight, police received reports of a suspicious Negro male. And when they went to the scene, a man whom police records will show that at least 10 times it has been reported that he was killed. But that was not true. As police arrived, the young man pulled out his gun and shot a police inspector. And notwithstanding that the officer was shot, he drew out his gun, and when it was all over, Shaquille Burroughs of Pride Estate lay dead in Cable Beach. So these are some of the stories that are taking place. I'll tell you about that police officer. I will tell you how when he was a student in 1983 at CC Sweeting, how I marched him out into the streets of New Providence. So I have to salute Brother Evans. He makes me proud. He survived and he protected the female police officer. Coming from the Supreme Court of the Bahamas, Long Island Member of Parliament, the Honorable Adrian Gibson, it is reported that he now has high blood pressure and had to quietly go to see a doctor. All of this comes after Mr. Gibson spoke in the House of Assembly about the jurors and the inefficiency of the juror system. You will recall that Mr. Gibson is currently being judged by jurors, so we will compare what he had to say about the juries, and we will compare his criticism of jury with the jury that he has. After all, he raised the jury. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save police officers in the line of duty. God save the King. This is powerful. I'll be right back after the break. Hold on, everybody. What a wonderful day in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Welcome back to Freedom March. And of course, today happens to be Thursday, the 9th of May, 2024. Tomorrow is the 10th of May, and we will reflect on what took place on the 10th of May, 1980, which is the sinking of HMBS Flamingo by Cuban MiG jets. But today is the 9th of May, and at the top of our reports is that there is report coming out of Abaco that a female who's well known on or in social media has committed suicide, and so that is what is being reported, and it is under police investigation. I'm always suspicious when I'm told that black people have committed suicide. I've not really been wrong. The last matter that I had to deal with, when I was informed that a Negro female had committed suicide, I told the police, black people don't commit suicide. And when they went back and checked, they discovered that she had been murdered. I just instinctively know that we don't commit suicide. So I'm going to now invite my spiritual advisor to kick the day off using all of his spiritual gifts. Bradley Roll, if it pleases you.
Thank you so much, Senator. Good to be here. So was it suicide or attempted suicide?
I'm advised that she perished.
Oh, wow.
What did you hear? That it was an attempted?
Initially, I heard it was an attempted suicide.
Really?
But I didn't get any further update because when I heard it was early this morning.
Okay.
So things may have changed between this morning and now. So, well, it's unfortunate.
Well, I would hope that my reports are incorrect. I always believe that people who attempted to commit suicide, the Commissioner of Police should prosecute them, because suicide by its very nature is unlawful. You're not allowed to commit suicide, and you're not allowed to attempt it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. So today we're going to go to the book of Matthew. We're going to look at chapter 5, and this, of course, is a lesson for me as well, as we think very interestingly enough about our relationship with our brothers and sisters. And there are times, Sanders, what is so interesting is we go to church services and we sit down in those pews, and of course we hear the message preached, and then after the message is preached, there's an invitation to, make it right. And so for the most part, most of us understand there are times when we don't have that relationship, that right relationship with our brothers and sisters, and we still go up to the altar. But here's something for all of us to think about, and it's something for me too as well. So Jesus, speaking primarily to his Jewish counterparts more than 2,000 years ago, gives a very interesting illustration where he says, "Therefore, if you are offering your gift at the altar, and there remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there in front of the altar. First, go and be reconciled to them, and then come back and offer your gift." Matthew 5:23-24. This is very, very, very interesting indeed. It's very thought-provoking, and it's a soul-searching concept where before we get that, relationship with God right, let's make sure we get that relationship with our brothers and sisters together. And then, of course, we can go and make it right with God. It's something to think about for all of us, that there are times when we do recognize that things are not right with the people we meet on a daily basis. It could be family members, it could be close friends, it could be husband or wife, boyfriend or girlfriend. And we go to church knowing that it isn't so. And then after the sermon is preached, the preacher says, "Listen, man, this is soul-searching time. If you need prayers or whatever it is, come up, let us know what your requests are." And then, of course, we know that things are not right with our wives or husbands or boyfriends or girlfriends or relatives, brothers, sisters, friends, whatever, but we still go. The concept here is this: get it right with the people you can see first, and then we go to God and make all things right with Him. So there is basically a chain of command here as it relates to reconciliation. It's very powerful. Thought about this today. It's soul searching. It is something for me to think about, and most of us, if not all of us, who are in fact listening to this lesson today. Matthew 5, 23, 24, New International Version. The Word of God is always blessed. Amen. Thank you so much, Mr. Medusa. Back to you, Senator.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Absolutely.
Well, in the Supreme Court, the entire country is aware that the Free National Movement Member of Parliament for Long Island, the Honorable Adrian Gibson, is on trial for fraud and one or two other matters. He and a number of Negro citizens. And you would recall that just yesterday, Mr. Gibson perhaps took off a little time from his court case, that's as best as I can reason it out, to appear in the House of Assembly to represent his constituency, and he made some contribution to a new piece of bill intended to give person charged with criminal offense a choice to choose trial by jury and or judge alone. And he had some very interesting observation that he made, and I found it extremely interesting in view of the fact that he is on trial before a judge and jury. And I think I'd like to explore his observation of the jury. He is a politician, and I'm certain that if you are an elected representative of the people, and you go to the parliament where you are protected by privilege, and you raise a political issue, even though you are on trial, I, as a citizen, I think I'm empowered to look at what you say in the Honorable House of Assembly and compare it with your trial in view of the fact that you brought it up. And of course, everybody knows that Adrian Gibson is one of the greatest lawyers in the F&M. But today, perhaps after that intensive debate and his revelation about juror, his blood pressure is reported to have gone very, very high. And as a result of that, court, I'm advised, could not be held. And Adrian had to go perhaps to the nearest doctor. My spiritual advisor, do you think Adrian Gibson is under tremendous pressure in view of the fact that he has to represent the whole of Long Island?
Well, you know, you mentioned that the Member of Parliament for Long Island has issues with HBP.
What is HBP?
HBP is high blood pressure.
Oh, HBP?
Yeah, HBP.
Okay.
You got it? H, high,
right.
B, blood, P, pressure.
Oh, my spiritual advisor, I thank you for that
Right,
education.
so that's the acronym, HBP.
HBP.
Yeah.
So he has HBP.
High blood pressure.
Powerful.
But guess what? Welcome to the club, Adrian. Member of Parliament for Long Island. Welcome to the club. I have HBP as well.
Really?
Yeah, I have HBP.
But you don't look so.
Yeah, you know, remember when the Member of Parliament for St. Anne's was on the show? Is it St. Anne's? Kemp Road is in St. Anne's?
Kemp Road.
Who's the Member of Parliament for St. Anne's?
The Member of Parliament for St. Anne's.
Is?
I can't recall.
Okay, the Minister of National Security.
He would be
The Member
for
of
free.
Okay, the Member of Parliament for Freetown. Remember he said something very interesting on the show.
What did he say?
How HBP is a silent killer.
Really?
Because a lot of people don't know that they have it.
Okay.
There's some, you don't see any signs.
Okay.
But welcome to the club, the member of parliament for Long Island, I have HBP.
Really?
And so I am on a low dose, 30 milligram netafine.
What are you on?
Netafine.
Metafine?
Netafine.
Really?
I hope I'm pronouncing it correct, but it's NEPHI something. Netafine.
Okay.
All right, so here's what's happening. For us, Bahamians, we have, a majority of us suffer from it, but we don't know. How I found out that I had high blood pressure was when I got sick with COVID-19. I never knew I had it. When I checked into the South Beach clinic and they took my blood pressure, the doctor said, listen, we have an emergency. We have to admit this young man right away, because my blood pressure was 200 and something
But
over.
COVID gives one high blood pressure.
Right.
Before you caught COVID, you didn't have high blood pressure, my spiritual advisor.
No. They say that COVID had a devastating effect on you if you have underlying health issues. So obviously I had high blood pressure and didn't know it.
It was underlying.
Yes.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? And so they had to find ways to quickly reduce the pressure.
Okay.
They did that. Took about a day or so to reduce the pressure.
Yes.
And then, of course, I was there for like maybe 14 days. I think I may have been at the South Beach clinic. Now, here's the thing with high blood pressure. You have to monitor a lot of things. Diet,
Diet.
that's a key thing.
Okay.
Exercise,
Exercise.
rest,
Rest.
and water.
And what?
Water.
Water.
Yeah.
Well, Adrian is a member of parliament.
Yeah.
I'm certain that he has one of the best diet. He served as executive chairman of the Water and Sewage Corporation.
So he should be able to drink water every single day without
Yeah.
any issue.
Yeah.
Right? But the key thing though is that our diet center, when you look at the diet of Bahamians, our biggest issue is highly seasoned food. And I failed to mention this, but one of the key things is salt intake.
Okay.
You have to minimize and reduce your salt intake, because the salt is what is causing the issue with your blood pressure. So you got to be careful eating out. That's number one, because you don't know what people putting inside their food.
Okay.
You have to eat more salad. Reduce the red meat intake. Watch the
Okay.
red meat, and then more fatty fish food meat like salmon and sardine.
But they're very expensive, my spiritual
Yeah,
advisors.
but-
salmon is very, very expensive.
Yeah, salmon is, but you can survive, because you can get a small little flank of salmon like this for about $11 and
Really?
and 50 cents. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So the best thing to do is try to prepare your food at home.
Okay.
Now that's difficult for me because I live alone. I don't have the time, based on the activities I have, to prepare food every day for myself. So when I go out, I always make sure that the folks who are preparing food, if it's possible, listen, I say, could they reduce the salt? I don't want the meat too seasoned. Or I could call a particular restaurant, I do call, and I get them to understand how I want the food prepared, and they will prepare it.
Okay.
And there are restaurants that are available now that do have food available for people who have high blood pressure. But Adrian Gibson's biggest problem is this case. This case is producing a lot of stress for him.
You think it's the case?
The stress, yes. Stress will raise your blood pressure extremely high.
Stress or a case will raise it.
This case is stressful. Let me just say that. To be before the courts, trying to defend yourself, and to get the court to understand that you're innocent, it could cause a lot of stress. And of course, the nature of the case, the testimony, the allegations, he has to be careful. So now they have I don't know what's going to happen with the case, but he's going to have to see a doctor who's going to more likely tell him the best way to relieve the stress from the case. Because I think the case...
What do you think if a man is on trial?
Boy.
And if
I
the
wouldn't want to be in his
case
case.
is raising his pressure, do you think a change in plea would reduce the pressure?
Sandy, he has so much to lose. A change in plea, what do you mean? He's not guilty.
We're not talking about innocent or guilt. We're talking about changing the plea.
Okay.
If fighting
I don't know
a
if
case
I don't go down that
will
road.
raise my pressure, what happens if I decide I would surrender?
No, it all depends on which side. You know, there are two sides to this case. Which one you think has the most stress?
Well,
I surrender. I want to be tried. You know, no, it's no joke. But Senator, high blood pressure is nothing to play with. All right, it can lead to heart attack.
really?
It can lead to strokes.
Really?
Absolutely, you have to monitor it. So for the last, wow, it's amazing. I started my treatment for high blood pressure from 2020. This is now 4 years. It's amazing how time going, you don't feel it. So now with me, I walk in the evenings for an hour.
So walking will help?
Yeah.
Okay.
Daily exercise, watch your salt intake, watch your diet, get some rest, stay away from stress, and eat a lot of dark chocolate. Now,
Dark chocolate?
Yeah. Now, Adrian Gibson may have been around the wrong dark chocolate, right?
Okay.
But the best things.
Go ahead, my spiritual advisor. Speak. Yeah? Go ahead. Dark chocolate. I really didn't know.
Yes,
chocolate
yes. Dark chocolate will help.
Really?
Absolutely.
So if
Absolutely.
one were to eat dark chocolate,
Yeah, it helps with your blood pressure.
really?
Yes, man, absolutely.
Okay.
So they're the factors that's involved. Weight loss is also important.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to keep your weight down. So we love Adrian Gibson,
Okay.
don't we?
Go ahead.
We love Adrian Gibson,
Do you love Adrian?
don't we? Don't we, Senator?
My spiritual advisor.
Amazing, eh?
Top.
Wow. So we want him to get through this case. So we're going to send him, no doubt what we send him is what the doctor's going to tell him.
Okay.
That he's going to have to watch his diet, he's going to have to watch his stress level,
Eat
he's
dark
gonna,
chocolate.
He's going to exercise more,
Okay.
eat some dark chocolate, and of course, drink a lot of water. And that should, watch the stress level.
Okay.
Get some rest.
Okay.
Make sure you get at least 8 to 9 hours rest every day, and that should help.
That should help.
So far, I've been surviving.
Okay.
I've had my moments with high blood pressure where I feel it was challenging. Anyhow,
This is Finneman.
after the break.
Long Island Member of Parliament Adrian Gibson. No court today. Reports of high blood pressure after he gave a wonderful speech in the House of Assembly yesterday as he critiqued the jury system. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Well, here at Eyewitness News, we run a very professional organization, and we have had many young people who've come here to work, and we have had such a wonderful program in journalism and in academia. I'm practicing big words. And among some of our brightest has been a young journalist by the name of Matthew Moxie. And Matthew Moxie has worked here with us in Eyewitness News, and then he departed and he went off to university. So Matthew Moxie, he graduates this Saturday with a master's degree of Science in Communication from Syracuse University. He will be awarded with the highest honor after having received the highest grade point average in the public relations specialization cohort with a cumulative average of 4-point average. So this is powerful. I want to congratulate Matthew Moxie, and I yearn for a day when he shall return to Eyewitness News. So Matthew Moxie, we are proud of your achievement.
Absolutely.
And this is powerful, my spiritual advisor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's always great when young people excel.
Yeah, it's great.
The best
Yeah.
they can. Absolutely.
He is a descendant of Ragged
Island.
Yeah. Well, folks, we told you that approximately 12:45 or thereabout, police received reports in the Cable Beach area of a suspicious Negro male. His name is Shaquille Burrows. He lives in Pride Estate. And when police arrived and he realized it was police, he pulled out a gun and he shot a reserve police Inspector Evans. I know Inspector Evans from about 1983 when he was a high school student at the C.C. Sweeting Senior High School, and I marched hundreds of them into the streets for better school conditions. Well, notwithstanding that this is the Negro gunman, has fired about 5 rounds at Mr. Evans. Mr. Evans returned fire, and in the process, Burrows was killed. Evans was wounded, taken to hospital, and very early this morning, or at some point this morning, Mr. Evans had to undergo surgery. So this is a case where the police has found that the deceased had a 9mm and quite a number of rounds were in his gun. And then he had, they give me the scientific name, but I was so concerned about the welfare of Mr. Evans that I've forgotten the other clip, the way they described the other clip, which had approximately 15 additional shots. So he was well armed, and in police circle, according to intelligence, the man, Shaquille Burrows, there's always been this report. I think police record perhaps will show that there has been about 10 reports of him having been killed. But praise the Lord, every time that a report came in that the young man, Shaquille Burrows, had been killed, it turned out not to be true. So that has been like a blessing for him, but regrettably, he was killed last night after he would have fired on 2 police officers Reserve Inspector Evans, and a female police officer whom Mr. Evans had to do everything in his power to protect. So it's one of those sad situations where police performing their duties and young men act recklessly. This young man, he lives in Pride Estate. So if you live in Pride Estate, around 12:45 a.m., what the hell you doing in Cable Beach? To the extent that members of the public become suspicious of you, they call the police come, and you think that you could outgun the police. So it's one of those tragic things. So let us pray for young people everywhere, and let us pray for officers of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. So my spiritual advisor, that has been a tragic incident which occurred in the VV hours of the morning.
And that was the Western District?
That would have been,
island?
yeah, Cable Beach.
Okay.
Where Evans, a reserve police inspector, he was shot. And of course, he returned fire. And the police have retrieved a weapon. So they are some of the things that are happening in our country.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing it is confirmed it was an apparent suicide.
Yeah.
Young lady committed suicide. Beautiful young lady too.
Yeah.
Wow.
She is well known in social media.
Beautiful young lady.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm
So
always,
this suicide did it happen in Baker's Bay?
some reports say it happened in Guanakee.
Guanakee.
You would recall that there is a Guanakee in the Abacos, and then there's one in Exumas, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. So
So where's Baker's Bay?
Baker's Bay is in the Abacos. I don't know if it's on that key called Guanakee.
Okay.
Because they keep changing the name.
Okay.
And I don't know why the government wouldn't stop these people from changing these traditional names.
Okay.
To the extent that I even don't know where these places are when they come up with these new names. So that is what has happened as it relates to crime, okay? So you better warn your sons, tell them to stay home, and tell them that when the police say stop, you should stop. If police say don't move, relax, don't move, because I don't think the police intend to shoot you, but if they tell you don't move and you move, they could mistake, and believe that their lives are in danger. In the case of Evans, he knew his life was in danger because the man shot him. All right? The man shot him. And so he knew it was now him or Burroughs. So that is very sad. And it's very sad for Burroughs' family. But I'm certain Evans's family and his neighborhood of the Bainstown and Grandstown community, they're also sad as well. Because this morning I had gone to Arawak Key, and when I arrived at Arawak Key, one of his neighbors, that was the first thing he said to me, "Did you hear that Evans was shot?" And since I know thousands of Evans, I had to ask him, which one? And it was then that he told me which one. So I'm happy that Evans has had a successful surgery. So we thought we'll tell that to you for what it is worth. For heaven's sake, speak to our sons and our daughters, all right? Because the police has a duty to protect their own lives. How that sound? Well, having told you that, there are some exciting things happening in the Free National Movement. There is a major dispute going on. Dr. Hubert Minnis, who is challenging Michael Pintard. Dr. Minnis is suspicious that they are attempting to rig the convention by producing delegates who do not know Minnis. And so Minnis is in opposition to the Constituency Association of the Free National Movement having election of officers. You may not be aware of it. I was very active when Dr. Minnis was competing to become leader of the party. Dr. Minnis held about 40 or more bogus Constituency Association election, where he almost literally handpicked the officers and by extension the delegates. And then he came up with a wonderful strategy. Dr. Minnis rented a hotel. He rented breezes, and he kept all of the delegates at breezes, and then he would camp out to watch them. Now, you want to know how I know? I used to be there, right in the crowd, and it was then that I knew that Minnis knew how to watch people. And everybody would sometimes be like on the porch, and Minnis is right there. And he made sure that you didn't go far. How was he successful in doing so? Minnis ensured that your food was there, your drinks was there, your bed was there. If you had your little boyfriend or girlfriend, they was there. Your husband or your wife, and Minnis rent almost like a whole hotel. And he logged down his delegates. Now, I don't know if Michael Pintard has the ability on his own to do so, but he does have the support of Brent Simnett. Brent Simnett has the capacity to lock down a whole hotel. Now, if Brent put up money, Michael will have a hotel full of delegates. So this is exciting. Minnis is upset, and I suspect that they will ignore Minnis. And so I believe Minnis may go to court, because in these days, the FNM, they stay before the court. They're always in court. That's what I like about the FNM. They've changed their attitude. 50 years ago, they would not have gone to court. 50 years ago, there would have been big fight. All right? But this generation, perhaps they've learned from the crimes of the old FNM. So I suspect Minnis will be going to court, but Minnis is very, very upset because he recognized that they're trying to rig this convention against him. And I would like to ask members of the public, do you think that the FNM should rig the delegates? Do you think they should rig the election against Minnis? Or should Michael go there blindly and ignore the fact that the last set of delegates do belong to Dr. Hubert Minnis? So this is what is going on in the party, my spiritual advisor. What do you say on that?
Well, I reserve my comments. Boy, tell you.
You want to reserve your comments?
Yeah.
Is there a particular
there's a lot of mixed, communication back and forth about Dr. Minnis and his bid to return as leader of the Free National Movement. Let's wait and see how this is going to turn out. So the convention is set for June the 1st, right?
Minnis wants FNM Association election halted. All right, the campaign for former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis' election as leader of the Free National Movement has, well, that is the campaign manager, has accused the party of rushing constituency association elections ahead of the FNM Jones Place convention in an attempt to sway the vote in favor of party leader Michael Pintard.
That's the accusation.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing that Dr. Minnis did. Dr. Minnis, he did the same thing. He rigged in a very nice way. He rigged the election in a very peaceful way. He rigged the election. And everybody who sided with Dr. Minnis treated them well. I even meet been down to Breezes. Yeah, and when they would show that Minister was coming, I knew food was not too far. Whenever they said, "Doc coming," when you hear "Doc coming," that was like if they were ringing the lunch bell.
Food on the way.
I mean, I don't care what you think about Dr. Minnis. He could buy up a food here. He'd buy up your food. He'd buy up your little rum. Now, the problem they had with me is I didn't used to drink rum.
But you'll definitely take them 2 meats.
Well, in those days, I wasn't used to 2 meats yet. Loretta Butler didn't overthrow him yet, right? And we would assemble at Breezes, okay? And Minister took care of everybody. I remember one woman who said to me, "Why does he stand up and don't say anything?" I said, "Don't mind, he ain't saying nothing. He watching to see who can thief you all from here." So that is what is going on. And Minister might as well go to court. If, I'm going to give Dr. Minister some legal advice. If you think that Michael Pintard, the leader of His Majesty's opposition, is going to rig the election, then you need to go to court. Okay? Just take Michael to court, all right? And tell the court what you suspect Michael is going to do, and ask the court to halt all constituency association election. So this is what is going on, and I think it's great entertainment that the party finds itself in this, give me a big word, in this kind of mess, okay? So I don't know what this means. Yeah.
Well, anyhow.
Well, I would like to see what Shannon Cartwright is going to do, because his uncle, that's Uncle Marvin Dames, Uncle Marvin Dames is supporting Dr. Minnis. And I would want to think that although Shenandoah is a man, he should not let his uncle down. So we have to see what he's going to do. His uncle is Marvin Dames. Marvin is going with Minnis all the way, and Marvin wants to hold on to his constituency. So this is going to be very, very exciting to see what is going to happen as Dr. Minnis get ready to lock down. And I'm told that Dr. Minnis is going to launch a campaign. Remember when he was challenged by a decent Loretta Butler Turner. Minnis launched a campaign all over the island of New Providence, all over the Bahamas. He was rallying and sallying, so he plans to do the same thing. Perhaps sometime next week, I think he's going to launch his campaign, and this is the time when we're going to see big bucks being spent, okay? So I think it's going to be exciting. Any further comment on that?
No,
we
can
comment on
move
that.
on.
So
we can move on.
okay, so all I'm going to say to F&Ms, if you owe the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation, this is a good opportunity to get Dr. Minnis to contribute to paying the mortgage, because this is politics, and this is what politics is all about. You know, the politician got money, and you know, after they come to power, sometimes you can't see them. So get Dr. Minnis to spend that money, all right? And Dr. Minnis got plenty money, and I agree with those who support Dr. Minnis that they say that they are very disappointed with Brent Simnett, that all Dr. Minnis did for Brent. They can't believe that Brent has abandoned Dr. Minnis for Michael Pintard. So this is what is happening. And then, you know, just the other day, Big Mo. Do you know who's Big Mo? Big Mo is Maurice Moore. Maurice Moore, apparently, he now has thrown in his support behind Michael Pintard. he says that Dr. Minnis has already had his opportunity. Now, in F&M cycle, Maurice Moore would like to become the next Governor General under Michael Pintard. So Dr. Minnis, you would recall, had advised the Queen to name His Excellency Cornelius A. Smith as Governor General. Well, we understand that Michael proposed to name Maurice Moore as the next Governor General. So I don't see how Dr. Minnis is going to win this one unless, of course, he promises Maurice Moore that he will name him as the next Governor General should he be successful in becoming leader of the Free National Movement and the next Prime Minister. So there are some of the great excitement that is happening in the F&M. So those of you who are F&M, plenty money. Take it from me. Plenty money. And the sign of it will be when Minnis launches his campaign. The sign. Now, if the campaign looks broke, forget Minnis. But I expect that Minnis has life at key, and Liz and her children all wrap right up. And this is powerful. So we thought we'll tell you that, because Minnis is very upset over what they are doing to him, and he might go to court, okay? So having said that to you, my spiritual advisor, is there a point you want to make?
Mr. Producer, that latest photo, could you put that up again, please? We want to look at this again because it is becoming rather concerning to a lot of citizens. Maybe you could explain this. Maybe we can have a conversation about this. But for the last few months, we've been seeing a lot of notices in all of the newspapers about people applying to the, let me make sure I get this correct now. Notice is hereby given that Jane Doe, and it gives a P.O. box.
Who?
Well, I'm just using, I don't want to call the person's name, I'm just using Jane Doe.
It's a public notice.
Okay, so I can read the person's name?
Public notice is public notice.
All right, so notice is hereby given that Smith Alexis of Marsh Harbor, Abaco, the Bahamas, is applying to the minister responsible for nationality and citizenship for registration, naturalization as a citizen of the Bahamas, and that any person who knows any reason why registration and naturalization should not be granted should send a written and signed statement of the facts within 28 days from the 9th day of May 2024 to the minister responsible for nationality and citizenship. Address it to P.O. Box N7147, Nassau, Bahamas. Now, these notices are plastered all over newspapers.
Okay.
And so,
What is your point?
I'm just trying to figure out who are these people?
They are people who, in many instances, were born in the Bahamas, might have waited too long to apply for citizenship, and since they've waited too long and are now applying, the public has to be informed, and the minister, perhaps by law, is inviting members of the public who might know them and might have reasonable objection to the grant of citizenship to state why Smith Alexu should not get it. Now, certainly, I would write in favor of Smith Alexu.
Why?
If I knew him.
Okay.
But I don't know Smith Alexu.
Yeah, okay.
But you know, Smith is a name that I can support, and Alexu is certainly a name that I can support. But I don't know him, so I couldn't honestly write a letter in favor of him. But that's what it is. It's nothing big about it. We've been doing it 18 years after independence. We have been doing it. People who have not applied on time, well, there are certain rules to govern their application. So there's nothing suspicious about it.
Well, I mean, now that you explained that, I was just trying to focus. When you look at these photos, we know that the Constitution says that, you know, if a person born in the Bahamas after 1973,
When we come
by the
back,
bell.
I'll engage my spiritual advisor on citizenship application. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. The rule of law is on display when you see the ad in the newspaper. God save the King. God save the King. We'll be right back after the break. Hold on, everybody. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. Would you believe it that on Joe Farrington Road, that fire which started from yesterday was still going on today, and the fire has expanded to the extent that it has destroyed a small businessman. I'm told that he has like a car washing business. I'm told that his Grammy sells little breakfast, and the fire got further out of control and burned down the man and his grandmother's little business. So that is so terrible. We need better regulation. But I just thought I'll let you know that the fire, up to the point when I arrived here in studio, I had been briefed that the fire was still going on. My spiritual advisor, do you have the birthdays ready?
We got a couple birthdays.
Okay.
To do quickly today. Who do we have first, Mr. Producer? Are we gonna wish Melissa? Yeah, let's wish Melissa happy birthday. Happy birthday, Melissa. The Church of Christ is sending you this birthday greeting. Also your family and your friends and those who love you dearly. Happy birthday, Melissa. All the best to you from the members of the Happy Park Church of Christ, and all your family and friends give you well wishes. Hope you enjoyed your birthday, and of course, hope you live to enjoy many, many more. All right, happy birthday. Who do we have next? Let's see. Okay, we can go to this gentleman here. Happy birthday to, sending birthday greetings. I think his name is Chef Onan, aka Firepot. Wishing you God's finest blessings, protection in your life from your mom, Brenda, your siblings, Nathan, Monette, Andy, and Roger Roberts, your niece, Sanaya Roberts, and all the Roberts and Forbes and Johnson families. They love you. All the best to you, Chef Onan, aka Firepot. All the best to you, young man. Of course, then we're going to wish a happy birthday, shout 39th birthday to beautiful Talisa Lightburn. Greetings coming from the Eyewitness News family chat crew. Brenda, Jolita, Kelly, Leanne, Sugar Rush 2, Chris, Madam Pearls, Melissa, Romelda, and yours truly, Shauna. Enjoy your day, gorgeous. They love you. All the best to you. And they hope you live to enjoy many, many more. Happy birthday to you. And then happy birthday wishes going out to little man, Carrie Brown, who's celebrating his 5th birthday today. Greetings, of course, coming from your dad, Karan, your mom, Nellie, your brother, Jay, your nana, Margot, your aunt, Danae, your uncle, Devin. They love you. All the best to you. They love you to the moon and back, and may God spare your life to see many, many more. But of course, you're young. You should have many more to come, God's willing. Happy birthday, little man. All the best to you. And this beautiful little girl. Happy birthday to this beautiful angel. Happy birthday to you coming from your mom, Kenva, and all those who love you dearly. May you have a wonderful birthday. Continue to do well. You know, why didn't I get your name? Anyhow, this beautiful angel. Your mom, Kenva, your father, and of course, your Grammy and members of the Church of Christ send you this happy birthday greeting. All the best to you. Happy birthday. God bless you. And may you live to enjoy many, many more birthdays. All right? Happy birthday. All right. That's it, Santa.
Well, I want to join my spiritual advisor in wishing everybody a happy, happy birthday and a prosperous, goodness me, and a prosperous new year. Isn't it powerful? Yeah. So, to the lady at the gas station, I have your name. You are Loretta Shutrie, or capital Chutie. This is powerful. Well, my spiritual advisor, since there's no more birthdays, let's go back to the Supreme Court, because we have reports of the blood pressure of Adrian Gibson, the Member of Parliament for Long Island, and it appears that a lot of the stress comes from evidence which was given in the Supreme Court by his cousin. She testified, Rashay Gibson, Adrian Gibson's first cousin, that she was never a part of any conspiracy with Adrian to defraud the Water and Sewerage Corporation. So these are developing stories that are taking place. And she also adding that the courtroom was the first time she learned that water and sewage contractors had been awarded. It was the first time that she had learned in the Supreme Court that water and sewage contract had been awarded to a company of which she was a shareholder. Roche Gibson, who was previously charged with the Long Island MP, and 4 others said this under cross-examination yesterday by Mr. Gibson's attorney, Damien Gomez, KC. Mr. Gibson became a witness, Miss Gibson became a witness in the case after receiving immunity from prosecution. She had previously testified that she had agreed to become a signatory for Elite Maintenance, a company awarded Water and Sewage Corporation contract when Mr. Gibson was chairman, after he called her about it in 2017. Ms. Gibson was a director of the company until December 2019. When asked if she had ever signed contracts with the Water and Sewage Corporation on behalf of Elite Maintenance, Ms. Gibson said she never did and claimed it was Alexandria Mackey, Mr. Gibson's ex-fiancée, who had conducted all the company's business transaction. She denied involvement in alleged criminal activities at the Water and Sewage Corporation. The first time I ever learned about water and sewage and the contracts was in the court, she told Damien Gomez yesterday. I had no clue what Elite Maintenance was doing. The witness said she never bribed Mr. Gibson to receive contracts for the company, and that the Long Island MP never bribed her, nor discussed water and sewage contracts with her. Mr. Gomez said to her, I put it to you that the accused, Mr. Adrian Gibson, never met with you and discussed any plan to commit fraud. Ms. Gibson agreed. She also claimed that she never spoke with Miss McKay, that's Adrian Gibson's old girlfriend, or Tanya Demerit, the company's director, about bribing Mr. Gibson. So this is some of the evidence that Adrian Gibson, first cousin, testified under cross-examination as Adrian's lead counsel, Damien Gomez, who is a former PLP minister, cross-examined her, put many questions to her, and she has finally acknowledged that she never bribed Adrian. Adrian never bribed her. She didn't know about the Water and Sewage Corporation contract until she heard it for the first time in the court. So these are the evidence that can be, very, so that's what's going on. We thought we will tell that to you. Do you have another?
Keep the pressure. Keep the pressure.
Yeah.
Keep the pressure low, my brother.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah, it's very important.
You realize that high blood pressure can kill you if it's not controlled.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You have to control it.
All right.
But Sandra, what is interesting?
Go ahead.
In the international news, Mr. Medusa, do we have a photo of Sam Bankman-Fried? Sandra, they made an announcement.
What have they said?
The announcement is that all those who would have invested in FTX will get their money back.
No, all Americans who have.
Well,
see, let's get it clear. 'Cause
What are you hearing? What are you hearing?
Well, no, I'm asking the question because I thought that the Bahamas had outsmarted them. See, don't forget now, what we did is
You
we
kept some of the money, eh?
opened the back of the bank and we got out
You sneak some money to the
our
back door?
share of the money
Yeah,
for the Bahamians.
but that became an issue.
Yeah, don't mind, it became an issue.
During the trial.
Where he had the
And
bank account. The bank account was here in the Bahamas under our jurisdiction.
Okay.
So
And
what we
what is the
did,
name of the bank?
I don't know what the name of the bank is. All
DB?
I know is they make it.
What's the DB?
DB? I don't know.
Yeah, I won't say the name. But
Well, if I knew, I would have said the name. I'm saying I don't remember the name. All I know is what they keep the money in. They got a special name for where they keep
Wallet?
the money.
the wallet?
They opened the wallet, and the Bahamas, we got out Bahamians' money.
Couple $100 million, eh?
Yeah, so if the Americans find some money to pay Americans, fine. But we let the Americans know that we are good at opening the wallet. Yeah.
Yes, I thought I was rather interested and encouraging that those folks who would have invested in FDX thinking that, you know, that it failed and they would have lost their monies. No, that's not the case. The same as if they're going to be paid.
Yeah. So that's good
So
news.
that's some good news. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
As a matter of fact, Sam Bankman-Fried says he has more than enough to pay everybody back.
Well, I think they should start reducing his penalty. I think it's a
Oh, yeah, I was
disgrace.
thought about that, you know, if they're going to, but then no, you see, when you break certain laws, you still have to pay.
Now, where did he break those laws?
They were international laws? Were they
No,
broken?
no.
They were broken in the United States.
You're
yeah.
talking about American laws.
Okay,
Did
so
he break
violated-
American laws in
Apparently,
America?
well, see, I don't know. This whole thing was so complicated because then reality is, his lawyers were arguing, you know, where were these laws broken because
Where were they broken?
we wasn't going to prosecute him.
You stop saying that. If he broke Bahamian laws, we will prosecute him. You stop that, eh? This country
man.
believe in the rule
Because
of law.
we was getting some things, you know,
Yeah.
donations and
I think what we
Cars
should do
and
with
all
Sam
that kind of stuff.
Bankman, we should tell the Americans we want to do an exchange. The Americans should be called upon to give us Sam Bankman, let him come
come back to Bahamas.
to live among the
Man, Sandra,
Negroes.
you can't
and
do that
we,
though. You can't do that.
what do you mean we can't do that?
This man is a criminal.
Stop calling him a criminal. You know what
He's
all
in
he did?
prison.
You know what all he did in the Bahamas? He fed the poor.
You know, he deceived.
My
There you go.
spiritual advisor, you stop it.
He deceived.
Had it not been for Sam Bankman, thousands of people would not have made any money, and thousands of Negroes would not have gotten food. This is one American that I'm prepared to help to escape to the Bahamas. I call on the Americans to send him to us, all right? And I think we should give him citizenship and we should protect him. He's a good white man.
Yeah, but I just thought I'd mention that. But we could move on from
Yeah.
Sam
I
Bankman-Fried.
think they should reduce his penalty.
Fried or Fried? Sam Bankman-Fried, sorry. It's
Yeah,
Fried.
Sam Bankman.
You say Fried. That's incorrect. It's actually Fried.
Yeah, well, I want him to be free.
Yeah. But I thank the person for this text, and it says, Dear Mr. Rowe, my heart goes out to the Member of Parliament. BP is serious, and if it's not controlled, you can suffer a massive heart attack and die. My father suffered the very same thing. I'm so sorry, but yeah, it's one of those things. I'm happy that I get to know that I did have it, and that I could start to treat it right away. But when you're under a lot of pressure, my brother, like they just say, pressure does burst pipes, so you got to be very careful. Indeed.
Well, let's go. We talk about Adrian Gibson of the F&M. Now let's talk about the PLP Member of Parliament. MP rape trial expected to resume again in October. The rape trial of North Abaco MP Kirk Cornish will begin again on October 21st. The jury in the case was dismissed last week after Justice Renee McKay learned that a juror had a close connection with the leader of the opposition, Michael Pintard. The complainant gave emotional testimony last week. She was expected to continue testifying before the jury of 6 men and 3 women were dismissed. She will now begin her testimony again when a new jury is convened in October. Cornish faces 2 counts of rape, 2 counts of assault, and 1 count of threats of death. Basil Cumberbatch and Vashiti Bridgewater prosecuted the case. Ty Pindamaki and Linique Murphy Grant represents Cornish. So the wheel of justice is turning. So on the 21st of October, Cornish will go back before judge and jury. So this is powerful, okay?
So does it mean now that more than likely they have already selected another jury?
Oh no, the jury has not been selected
Okay.
yet.
So-
they will do
so,
all of that
yeah.
on the 21st of October.
So no doubt they're going to make sure that the mistake that was made previously not be made this time.
Well, they have a big job because if I was representing Cornish, no F&M could be on the jury.
Okay.
You see? And what I'm saying is supported by trite
See now,
law.
Yeah, but see, in a case like this, I wonder if it's constitutional to be asking jurors what's their political persuasion.
Yeah, it's very constitutional because
How so?
the women's
How does your
branch,
political persuasion affect this case?
the woman branch of the F&M called for his prosecution.
Okay.
If a political party woman branch called for your prosecution, arguing that they believe that you committed rape, then you are in trouble. You better make sure that the women who sit on the jury are not F&Ms. You better make sure that the men who sit on the jury are not F&M.
But this isn't going to make any sense. Suppose all the jurors are PLPs.
Well, if all are
Now you
PLP,
see the
since
problem?
the PLP didn't
Well,
call for his
come on,
prosecution, one can argue that the PLP is more impartial. But if there are PLPs calling for his prosecution, by grab, he would be foolish if he allowed PLPs to serve on the jury. That is the fact. I didn't create it. The record will show that the women branch called for prosecution. That is why there are certain matters that you keep quiet. You don't say anything. If you say anything, people could misconceive. All right? And we saw it when the judge learned that a female on the juror is connected to Michael Pintard.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was the niece of him.
Huh?
She was the niece of Michael Pintard.
Well, certainly, that's more reason to quash and dismiss the jury. So that is why members of the public has to be very careful in making certain commentaries. And in this case, that is a serious one when the woman, them, of the F&M called for his prosecution. And therefore, they could not be fair. No F&M. I'm perhaps the only F&M who could sit on that juror because everybody knows my political standing. I've confessed I'm F&M. I believe in the party philosophy. But at this point, I am voting PLP until such time as we can get rid of Dr. Minnis. Yeah. Isn't that powerful?
Yeah. What's that, Miss Medusa? Here, Robin. Is that my mic or his mic? Yeah. Anyhow, so Senator, I'm hearing some very interesting comments as relates to marital rape.
They're still bothering with married people?
Now, here's what I'm hearing now.
What are they saying now?
Here's what I'm hearing. And I want, if this is happening, men to call the show around 5:30 to confirm if this is the case. I'm understanding that men are also being raped in their marriages. All right?
You can't rape men in their marriage.
Senator, I'm only telling you what I've been hearing
That's
by
ridiculous.
a activist.
That's ridiculous.
All right? And so they're saying that there's both sides to this marital rape argument.
That's foolishness.
And they are saying that there are some men who have reported that they've been raped by their wives. Now,
Anyway.
if this is true, because I've never heard any man complaining about his wife raping him. If this is true, we want to encourage men not only to go to the crisis center, but to call us here on the show.
I want men.
So we could discuss, because I want to know what this is. How does your wife rape you?
I want
Right?
men to ignore that question, and we must
But
not.
let's talk about that. That's interesting because it's out in the public
I
space.
know, but I just don't want
that it's on both
men
sides of the
to
argument.
allow members of the lesbian movement to put that foolishness in their head. No wife can rape her husband in the context of which they are referring.
Explain.
You can't. A wife can never rape her husband.
But you know what rape is, right?
Yeah.
We know it as non-consensual sex.
My spiritual advisor, a woman can't rape me.
But suppose the husband tell his wife, listen, man,
He's playing with her.
I am tired.
He's playing.
You know, I am a
He's playing.
Give me a second, man. I'm trying to draw a
Go
scenario.
ahead, talk, but he's playing.
I'm a contractor. I laid 800 blocks today. Honey, honestly,
How much blocks?
800.
Any man who could lay 800 blocks he could lay a little bit of pipe.
Oh boy. Anyhow, so that's the reality, right? Where the man says, listen, you know, I'm tired.
That don't happen in the real
And
world.
he goes and he falls asleep. And the next thing you know, maybe his wife is whatever. And so they're saying that there's arguments on both sides of this rape debate.
I hope the police run.
They say men
when he comes to
in the
station.
Bahamas are being raped by their wives.
Stop that.
Senator, that's what they're saying. So we need to find out, because I want to know who this man is.
Who's saying that?
You know, man, we can't call the people names.
I don't want to
because we
call
don't want no
them.
problems. But listen, there are some human rights activists who's advancing this argument
They're crazy.
that men are being raped in their marriages.
Really?
Now we got to get this conversation going. All right. So when we open the show, when we open the lines, I need a man to call me, please, and please tell me how your wife raped you, because I want to know what that was all about. Because there were times I was wishing my wife raped me. Plenty times. I was dying and hoping that she did. Because I think I would enjoy that if my wife raped me. To me. You know. So if your wife is raping you, man, call the show, man. Because I want to see what this is all about. What are we going to do? We're going to debunk or debuff? What are we going to do?
I think it's the works of the devil. And
Wow.
I don't want Bahamian men to be following these sissy arguments. Okay? No wife can rape her husband. So let's stop that.
The husband's not being raped in this country?
Men are not raped by their wives.
You can imagine going to the police station and telling the police, say, man, my wife raped me.
The police should run you.
I come to the police station telling the police, my wife raped me. Wow.
This is Freedom March.
Wow.
God save Christianity is under attack. God save holy marriage is under attack. God save men, they are under attack. God save women, will they submit? God save the king. We'll be right back after the break. This is powerful. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor, and I'm going to invite him to go straight to the telephone lines. Bradley?
Absolutely. We can open the lines now so we could have a dialogue with you, the audience. 323-7775 is the number to call, 698-0775, 698-0776. We understand that a lot of folks who are on their way home driving. We don't know. We won't encourage you to call in unless you got one of those Lexus or Mercedes Benz that has the Bluetooth where you could drive and talk through the speakers, but you can call us too. Don't use your cell phones. Use your vehicles. We appreciate you on your drive home listening to us. We always appreciate your support. But the line's open. You can call in if you want to, 323-7775, 698-0775. 698-0776. We covered quite a bit today. So whatever's on your heart, feel free to engage us and to talk about it. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Okay, I wish both of you a pleasant afternoon.
Absolutely. Same to you.
Mr. Munter,
Sir?
I want to make sure I heard the right thing. Did I understand you to say a woman cannot rape her husband?
Yes,
You did say that?
I did.
Oh boy, I'm disappointed.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to answer a question for me. What is the definition of rape? I know you're a sharp guy.
I'm not sure I'm sharp today.
Yo, man, now, come on now. Come
Yeah.
on now.
Non-consensual sex.
Who said that?
That's
Mr.
the,
Roll.
yeah, that's the definition.
Oh, so, Mr. Monka, you agree with spiritual advisor?
I am contemplating what he has said, but in the context of his answer to you, I disagree.
Okay, let me say this. According to what has been said, rape is just what the spiritual advisor said. Unconsensual sex. If the husband said no, and the wife get on top of him, however she does it, that is rape.
There can be, there can be no rape in marriage. There can be,
that's rape.
sir, there can be no rape in marriage.
That's the difference.
Oh, now, that don't change it.
There can be no rape in
No,
marriage.
yeah,
So
that's the
I
problem.
argue you with, on that one.
Okay then, so I want you
You
to...
tell me, you say that a husband cannot rape, a wife cannot rape a husband, and then I'm taking it then that you saying vice versa. Well, I'll leave that like that.
Please do
Okay.
so.
Okay.
It is the
I'm
wakes...
being fair?
You're being fair.
Yeah.
For it's
Okay.
the wakes of
All
the
right.
We appreciate it. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Outside the context of marriage, we understand rape, but on the inside, we don't agree with it. Okay. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
How you guys doing?
We're doing well. Thank you so much.
Listen, man, I just need you. Do you know that things they come up with rape with a husband and wife? That's a matter. You must come up against marriage in the church of
Amen.
God.
Amen. Amen.
Okay.
You don't touch that. That's godly union.
It's sacred, yeah. It is sacred.
Okay, that's the devil.
Yes.
Listen, and you got plenty baby born out of wedlock. Of course, the man and the woman don't even go get married because the man them get be scared, especially if they have business and all these things.
Yeah, that's one of the
He
possibilities.
put his backside in jail and she get everything. The devil of your family is a liar.
Yeah.
Tony Boy.
Yeah. That's one of the things we thought about. Too.
Thank you, Tony,
Yeah.
buddy.
We thank you so much. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775 and 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, call you live.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm calling about the woman raping her husband. Spiritual advisor, you and Rodney Mungo are men among men. And you all know, all men love for their wives to rape them.
Absolutely.
All right. So he
Absolutely.
didn't report that.
Of course
and
not.
they report it, then they ain't no man.
You see what I'm saying? Because in a marriage, the men normally desire it more than women do.
Right. The
You see
man
it?
always initiating.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
that
yeah,
man
yeah.
lay in his bed and they see his wife come and
Yeah, man, they
she
wait on her.
ready, he happy.
I wait on my wife, man. What?
I know that.
Yeah, she won't rape me, man.
I know my husband waiting on me.
Yeah, I all for that.
All right then.
Tie me up, handcuff me, whatever you want to do.
And they bring out the whips, do whatever, they love that. Have a good evening.
You do. You take care now. 323-7775, 698-0775, 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hello?
Go ahead, caller. You're live.
Oh, good afternoon, Spiritual Advisor.
Good afternoon.
Good Senator.
Sir.
Hey, Spiritual Advisor.
Yes, sir.
There's nobody to represent God.
Sorry?
God set this thing up, right? And the witches them coming and doing all kinds of things. Listen here, Spiritual Advisor. Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4.
Marriage is on the bill.
The bedroom is undefined.
Yeah, absolutely.
No matter whatever you do, you can't talk it. If you don't like it, get yourself a divorce. You hear me? And listen here. Maybe another one. First King chapter 13. That's where this person comes. And we don't have the one to look out for the witches and the warlock. Someone come and tell this priest, God, no. I can say it all over. Go and tell a pastor, go to that nation and tell them, thus said the Lord. And just what the pastor did. He went to the nation and said, thus said the Lord. But another person come and say, listen here. And look, God said, don't drink and don't eat nothing in that place. Just go tell them, thus said the Lord. But a pastor come and tell him, ain't nothing wrong with drinking and thing up. And you all read the rest for yourself. You all have a blessed day.
All right. Okay. Thanks so much, caller. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Okay, thank you much, caller.
Okay. Do us a favor, please. Could you turn your radio down before you engage us? You have a radio or TV turned up? Could you turn it down, please?
Blessed, good afternoon.
Ezekiel, your wife just raped you?
I ain't married yet, but by the grace of God, I soon get married.
Hurry up, Ezekiel,
But I'd like
please.
to send the show to all the mothers which are about to depose the loved one back to Mother's Earth, that earth has no sorrow that heaven cannot cure, and to every family in the hour of bereavement, that earth has no sorrow that heaven cannot cure. And on this day, let us continue to pray for the mothers, the expectant mothers, and those who to be married and to be that everything and the family that prays together stays together. And let us continue to pray for the male seats of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the sick and the shut-in. And I'd like to send out a shout to all of my neighbors in Scronsali and to every mother that knows Ezekiel, better known as Brother Joe, to all of my sisters, my nieces,
Ezekiel,
the mothers in the church.
Brother Joe.
Have a blessed afternoon. God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of
Yeah,
the
man. You take care.
Ezekiel, Brother Joe.
Take care, Brother Joe.
God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of the
323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March, call. You're
Good
live.
afternoon, Rodney and Bradley.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Now, Bradley, you
Good.
sack man, or you live by biology, right? And let me show you all how a man body work. God produces a brain, and a brain produces what you get stimulated, nitric oxide. And now that makes the vessel swell. If you're in the mood, that chemical don't be made. See, in '87, the chemists and the scientists found out that's what in that blue pill, nitric oxide. And recently they find out that's in beets. That the beet root which you eat, that produces nitric oxide in your body. So if your wife makes you mad or try to get you excited, you can't rise, whatever. So I don't know why they say that you can't wait for somebody being in the mood. But your brain will produce that chemical called nitric oxide.
All right, thank you.
Do you feel me? Same thing as a woman. If a man forces himself on a woman and she ain't ready, it's kind of painful for her too.
Let me ask you a question, Carl.
Yes.
And I'm speaking in the context of marriage, okay? I'm viewing my marriage, bed, and wife.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think stimulates a man when he sees his woman?
Look, that's something he's attracted to.
What stimulates him? What about her?
Her looks, her beauty.
Okay.
Her being with her. But listen,
Okay.
I know who are these people. That's what you call dating. And when you meet somebody, You got to sign out if they're a sex beast. Let's go. Before you marry them, you should know they like Granny or they don't like Granny. So what is so you marry a beast and 10 years later he wanted all. This should be followed when you first marry the boys or getting married. Do you feel me? I was starting who they married then? Strangers?
Well, thank you so much, caller.
Oh, wait a minute. Google nitric oxide.
Yes, sir, we got you. Take care
All
now.
right.
Yeah, 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March. Call your life. No more callers. All right, 323-7775, 698-0775, and of course 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March. Call your life. No, sorry, Sandra, we don't need more calls, so we get them.
Yeah.
So, Sandra, when we look at what's happening with the Free National Movement,
Yeah, let me take this cell phone call. Hello, cell phoner.
Good day, Mr. Monker. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay, my mom. There was a birthday sent to you that you didn't read.
What about the birthday?
I did send you a birthday, but you didn't read it. So
Really? Really?
check it for me, please. Check your phone. Yes, please. Thanks.
what number she sent it to?
Your name don't show up in my phone. So resend it again. Let me see if I'll see it. Okay.
Okay, will do. I sent it again.
Okay. All
All
right.
right,
Go ahead.
323-7775 is the number to call. 698. Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Hello.
Good afternoon, caller. You're live.
Good afternoon, Special Advisor.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Monta.
So,
Okay, I can't disrupt your show right now because your last caller who was talking about the nitrous oxide, I have to disagree with him because he said you can only be aroused if you're happy or excited. Well, a rapist, if he's angry and he's trying to take a woman, he's not happy. He's angry and he's aroused.
Right.
Okay. Secondly, this nonsense about the husband not being able to rape the wife and the wife not being able. I think it's all crazy because we know it happens in this country. We know that men act like animals to their wives. Some men.
Okay.
So yes, men can rape their wives.
What about vice versa?
Right, vice versa as well.
hold on a second.
So women can also rape their husbands?
Of course.
Okay. All right, that's interesting.
You have some very butch, bigoted women that marry to these soft men and they do take advantage of them.
All right, caller. All right, thank you so much. Yeah,
Hello, cell
okay.
phone. Hello, cell phone. Pardon?
Rodney Manka.
Yes, sir.
Rodney?
Yes, speak.
Rodney, I'm calling from Freeport.
Yes.
I'd like for you to send a related birthday to my brother Henry Knowles, your cousin.
Henry knows?
Yes.
Okay.
Children Knowles and his sister Merle Sands.
Okay. I shall. How's my cousin doing?
You can't turn this radio down, man. That's
Happy birthday to Henry Knowles and his sister Merle Sands. And it comes to you from all the Carey family and the Moncus family. I saying it right?
We got 3 calls? Okay.
Happy birthday. Thank you.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Go ahead, caller. You're live.
Rodney,
Yes.
Mr. Paul,
Hello?
this is Keith Mason.
Oh, yes. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes. Good
A
afternoon.
woman, according to law, cannot rape a man. One of the necessary ingredients for rape is penetration. A
Okay.
woman cannot penetrate a man. When a woman interferes with a man in that kind of way, if he resists and doesn't wish that to happen, it is not rape, it is indecent assault. Indecent assault.
Okay.
A woman cannot rape a man.
Based on
Not
law.
according
To law.
to law.
Okay. So
Law requires
penetration.
penetration.
Okay.
Only a man can penetrate a woman. A woman cannot penetrate a man.
Okay. We got you. We
You
appreciate that.
understand?
Yeah, we appreciate that clarity.
Thank you. Thank
You
you.
are very welcome, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
And Mr. Mason, don't forget to give me a call, 814-6096. That's my number, so we can
Okay,
discuss
sir.
some
Okay,
things.
sir.
814-6096. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Have a good evening.
You too, please.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March. Call your life.
Hey, good day, Mr. Monka, Brother Sergio Rice, how you doing, sir?
Yes. Good afternoon.
All right, I just want to speak a little bit on this marital rape thing, but before I touch on that, just to debunk something two gentlemen said earlier. A man can be stimulated and have an erection just from having a healthy blood flow.
Absolutely.
It's scientifically proven a man can get erections at least 10 times in the night time while he sleeps.
This
Once
is
he
true.
healthy and have a good blood flow.
This is true. This is true.
All right. Now, my question to those out there in terms of marital rape and those who are advocating for marital rape, how does one tend to prove a husband raped his wife? For example, scenario here. A husband and his wife, they have relations on Tuesday. Wednesday, he wants to do it again, but the wife says no, and the husband still proceeds anyway. Now, according to the procedure, what happens is there's a rape kit that happens where they follow up with the woman and they do DNA testing to see if a gentleman has entered this woman, the accused has entered this woman. However, in the case of married couples, if the man of DNA is already within her, how do they plan to use a kit to prove that he actually raped her? So that's just my question to those who are advocating for marital rape.
Okay.
To me, it's just pure nonsense.
Okay.
We thank you.
Interesting. Thank you so much.
Hello, cell phone. Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon,
Yes.
Mr. Monica.
Yes.
Yes, just turning into the show. The women rape, men raping their wives. Ain't no man can rape their wife, Mr. Monica.
I agree with you.
They cannot rape their wife. The only reason why the wife them complaining, but their husband raped them, because they don't want their husband anymore.
Wow.
And then they complaining. Marriage is honorable. Honorable. The bed is undefiled. So a man cannot rape his wife. God's law, man cannot rape his wife. What you think you married a man for?
To have
Give
sex.
that man his pleasure when he
Yeah.
need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
listen here. My husband can rape me, and I can rape him.
That's what we was
I
wondering.
thank you very much, woman.
You're welcome.
Continue to submit, eh? That was a woman who believed in submitting to her husband. What a wonderful, decent woman she is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March. Call. You're live.
Hello,
Good afternoon. You're live, caller.
President Biden, how you doing, man?
Good afternoon, sir.
It's this bunch of foolishness is happening, you know. It's this all marital rape thing. Listen to me. A woman cannot rape a man. If a man let a woman rape him, he's a big sissy. That's all they got to say with the spiritual advisor. Thank you.
That's
Good
interesting.
afternoon.
Yes, sir. You take care. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. Do we have any more calls? Okay, we lost that call. Sorry, we lost that call. Welcome to Freedom March. Call. You're live.
Buddy, I'm currently returning the man. I've been to a woman forcing herself on a man. And how are you supposed to, get aroused if he ain't in the mood? He in the mood. Most of the men right here have too much pressure and sugar. They need blue pills. How do you, like, I don't understand. This, don't work like that. If you're in the
Hold on a
mood, you're in
second.
the
Hold on a
mood.
second.
Your chemical,
Yeah,
that chemical in the body, you produce that.
yeah.
Not even.
Listen, we understand you're not being in the mood, but I can tell you, whether you're in the mood, it's a mind thing. We understand it, but things happen, my brother.
I mean, you kind of in the mood. You kind I know.
It's
If you're in the mood, the body shuts down. Ain't nothing happen.
Yeah.
If he touch you, you're in that mood. She can't rape you.
boy, anyhow.
That can't go without these people dukes. And this man who ain't got so much sugar and cholesterol, making it only 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's subjective, my brother.
But they need to take the beetroot.
Anyhow.
Super beets. Beets make that nitric oxide too.
Thank you so much, caller.
All right?
We appreciate it.
Hello, cell phone.
Good afternoon, Mr. Manka. How you doing?
Listen, I'm fine. How are you?
Mr. Manka, how you doing?
I am fine. How are you?
I'm okay. You still taking for the eyes?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me your name quickly.
Okay, Adrian
Yes.
Wallace Gibson.
Okay. And what's this number?
The phone.
What's this number?
Put my number.
Say it.
441
441
1665.
1665.
And she called from Freeport.
Okay.
And she is 59 years old.
Okay. And her name is Adriana?
Adrian.
Adrian.
Uh-huh.
Adrian?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, eh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Oh, sorry. Welcome to Freedom March call. You're live.
So,
Yes. Go ahead, call. You're live.
so everyone,
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm listening to you all, and this topic of marrying, raping your wife, or raping your husband.
Raping your husband in particular.
Listen, man, a woman cannot rape her husband simply because of the fact that she cannot penetrate.
Yes,
Also,
yes, Keith Mason just cleared it up for us.
right. Also, a man cannot rape his wife because the Bible says that the woman should be subjected unto her husband.
Yeah, she gives up the right of her body to her husband, and it's reversed. The husband gives up the right to his body to his wife, and the wife gives the rights of her body to her husband. Yeah, we understand that.
Only stipulate the time when you cannot have
Right,
sex
to refrain
with
from.
your wife
Yeah,
is
First
when
Corinthians chapter
she's
7.
having a administration time.
yeah, that's in the Old Testament. The New Testament says fasting and praying. But we understand the concept, yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
what these people going on with, you gotta understand, like Mr. Manka said, these people ain't safe.
That's the problem.
Right. These people ain't safe. And they try to bend the rules of God to suit their purposes. So don't listen what these people saying, man.
Yeah, it's a worldly twist trying to get into something spiritual. Yeah, we understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, don't believe in what these people saying, man.
Yeah.
They definitely is safe. They can just say it.
Yeah.
That's what it
Pray
is.
for them, man.
Yeah, the reality is, it's based on the spiritual side of sex and marriage. You get married to have sex.
That's right.
That's the whole idea. You get married to have sex because sex before marriage, from the spiritual concept, is considered fornication.
Right.
If you want to have sex and be right with man and God, you get married.
You get married.
Absolutely.
So don't listen to these people talking foolishness.
Absolutely. We appreciate
right.
you. We appreciate your call.
All right.
Thank you so much. 323-7775. How much more minutes do we have, Mr. Producer? 698-0775. 698. Let's take one call. Lastly, 30 seconds. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You have 30 seconds.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You have 30 seconds, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to find out if a woman called saying that she was raped, would the police ask whether she is married or single?
No, they won't ask that question.
Okay, so therefore, I put it to you that the statistics that the police have are false. They are not true. They are false.
What would you suggest is their statistic?
I suggest that they just put it down as rape, but they didn't ask were the women married or they were not. And that's why I said the statistics are off.
But do you know that usually when women claim that they have been raped, they go into the police, and that is when the police ask them, who assaulted them.
I don't think that happened.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have a talk with the Commissioner of Police and tell him from now on when women call in to say they're raped, they must invite them to come in.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Mr.
sir.
Roll, guess what?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to bring a woman to you very soon at Settlement Food Store.
Okay.
A married woman who has been raped. Okay?
Yeah, I'd like to talk to her. Okay.
All right.
Not by a husband, though.
Don't worry about it. We can settle it. We'll settle it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll talk. All right, take care.
Both of you have daughters.
All right, take care now. Bye-bye.
All right.
Okay.
God saved women in distress. God saved men in distress. God saved the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God saved the King. Do well, everybody. Be at peace. No rape. It's powerful, okay? Wives, submit to your husband. Husband, love your wife. It's powerful today. Do well.